Hello?
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Alan, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good.
A little bit brighter out there today. Kind of lifts your spirits a little bit, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, I know, finally, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty glum couple of days. Thank you, Patrick. Thanks for joining us today on the Music on the Menu, podcast series, basically.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. For those tuning in, what I've been doing here with Music on the Menu for the past, this is going into, I guess, our third week now, is I've been interviewing folks from the northeastern Pennsylvania music scene and talking to them about how they're working their way through COVID-19 as an artist and different walks of life. So we had Brett Alexander on, we had Jimmy Harnan on, Bill Kelly, Joe Nardone Jr., Dustin Douglas, AJ Jump, Richie Kothis, Ellie Rose, and Will Beekman. So all different people that are involved in promotion, in venues, in record stores, producers. And today we're talking to Patrick McGlynn, one of my favorite artists. We've been playing Patrick's music on the radio show now for, I think we're going back about 3 or 4 years now. We've been playing Patrick's records on the show. He has released 3 albums, 13 Battle Scars and Monsters. He's been nominated for several Steamtown Music Awards in the acoustic artist category, and just a terrific songwriter. And so, welcome to the podcast, Patrick.
Oh, thank you, Alan. Thanks for having me.
You know, you've been on the show with me before up at the radio station, and we've done some live broadcasts together from Breakers at Mohegan Sun. It was always fun stuff that we were talking about.
Right.
You know, we're talking about your new record or a show that we were going to do together, live radio broadcasts.
Yeah.
These days, what I'm doing is asking people how they're, working through this tough time. And so I always begin these conversations with really that question. We'll get to talking about your music and your club shows and how that's affecting you. But how are you and the family doing? How's everybody holding up?
We're all doing pretty good. We're just trying to figure out ways to, keep busy mostly during this time. You know what I mean? Like, I got 2 little kids, so they're going a little stir crazy by now.
I know. Mine are 11 and 13, and my daughter's 13. I was talking to their mom today, and it's like, can you imagine being 13 years old and stuck in the house with your parents for 4
months? Oh, right. No. Exactly.
So how old are yours?
Mine are 4 and 1. So,
oh boy.
Yeah. So they're doing good with it, but they're it feels like they're going a little bit stir crazy now.
I think we're all getting there.
Yeah.
Maybe things will start to change, soon. We're hearing, I guess you could go golfing as of Friday. I'm not a golfer, but I'm sure all my golfing buddies will be out there.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as they can. Are you a golfer?
Yeah, once in a while. Yeah, once in a while I do. But it'll be nice just to, once it starts getting nice out, to be able to go out in the backyard at least,
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit, Patrick, about how this whole thing has affected you. It was around St. Patrick's Day that we got word that, things are going to be changing rather quickly. Everybody was kind of keeping an eye on this thing, and all of a sudden the events start falling, the parades in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, and then concert season, and South by Southwest was one of the big ones that I think caught the music community attention. It's a major festival or conference and festival type, takes over the whole town of Austin every year. And that was canceled back in March, and so how has it affected you? Obviously you've probably lost quite a few gigs since then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well actually I play with the guy Steve Warner. We have a duo, we call it Holy Sardine, where we play like cover tunes out at the bars and stuff. But parade day is when it all started. We were supposed to play, and we got word that the parade was canceled and all this, and we thought about it, and we still had the opportunity to play the gig, but we decided to end up canceling the gig. And yeah, and then from there,
because the bars, some of the bars in Scranton, quite a few of them remained open.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually ended up canceling that one on our own. I don't think we had any idea it was going to last this long. But
that was kind of a controversial decision by some of those clubs at that time. Because they're basically, it's kind of ironic because you can't stand outside and watch people parade by, but it's okay to go inside and pack yourselves into a bar.
Right. Yeah, that was our concern. We don't want to put like our friends and family at risk, coming to see us play and,
Yeah, looking back on that now, I think it was shortly thereafter that maybe a few days later or the following week that the bars were ordered closed by the governor. Yeah, that was a strange time that first week. Everybody was still, you can't even really be too critical of anybody and whatever decisions they made because everybody was still trying to get their head around all this.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think anybody really knew how serious it was going to end up being.
Right. Have you? I know that you've also done some national opening acts. You opened for Fountains of Wayne and Fastball, and once in a while you've had the opportunity to get on stage with a national act. Did you have any of those type shows on tap that have been postponed or canceled?
No, I didn't have anything like that lined up. So, I guess that's a good thing. I didn't lose any opportunities like that.
What about the streams? That's been so popular with almost all the musicians that I know. They've been doing the broadcast from home, and some of them have really enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on those?
Yeah, I've done a few live streams on Facebook, and
I've seen them.
Yeah, it was fun. I haven't done a lot of those. Like usually, if I did do one, it would be at a gig. I'd set my camera up, but that was the first time I ever did one from my house. So yeah, it was kind of cool. My son got in there dancing and singing with me. So yeah, it was fun. But
how did that feel that first time? Were you like, this is kind of different, this is kind of weird?
It was a little weird, but it's kind of cool because you could see the comments coming in and you can react with with people like almost like they're there with you.
Do you read those comments as you're playing or after each song? Because I've noticed some of the musicians kind of keeping their eye on them as they're playing.
Yeah,
but they're also, you're singing and you're playing an instrument, so it's kind of hard to do all of that at one time, I would imagine.
If you're using the phone, too, they're so small. I keep an eye on them, though, so I can see if anybody is requesting a song or just, trying to joke around with me about something.
Do you think that, I was talking to, I think it was Dustin Douglas, I was talking about this topic with the streams, and, he said that maybe it wasn't something that people had done before, musicians, but now that they've all done it, it's probably going to become a permanent part of promoting music. That maybe when you put out a new album now, in addition to doing your CD release party at your favorite club where you play the most, or you get your press out there, and you maybe try to get some articles in some publications that cover arts and entertainment, and get it out to the local radio shows that do local music. I'm one of them. I know there's 3, 4, 5 others that also do what I do on Sunday night. So that's part of everybody's game plan. Usually when they drop a record, as it should be. Do you think that this will also become a permanent component of all that now?
I think it definitely could. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was like right before this all happened, I was like kind of closing in on finishing my album that I'm putting out, and that's what I was like. I've started to toss around that idea of doing like a CD release show or something like that on, but just like a live stream,
Parallel Hearts will be your 4th record, correct?
Right, yeah.
And that was, you were teasing that a little bit at the end of March when all this started.
Yeah. And luckily, I finished all of the actual recording, and we we're kind of just mixing it and tweaking the mixes a little bit. So I think I should be putting it out hopefully next week.
See, I don't think you're the first. I think you're the first artist. I know you are, because I talked to Ellie Rose as well. She was another podcast that we had done, and Dustin. They were probably the two, and AJ Jump. So out of everybody that I've chatted with on these podcasts, I think more than half of them, and Brett Alexander, have been working musicians.
Right.
But I don't think anybody had a record ready to drop when all of this started. And so that's the only question that I could ask you. Does this affect you in a way that you would, I mean, I guess you just kind of answered the question because you're thinking of launching it from home anyway. I would be curious if you think this is a time where maybe, because I had some other artists tell me this, I was going to release the record in April or May, but now I'm going to hold off because I can't do my CD release party. And then I've seen other artists say, I think this is a good time to put it out because I think more people are online now, maybe more than ever, and so I might get more exposure for it if I did it now than later. So what's your thought on that?
Yeah, that's I was actually thinking that people are. It seems like a lot more people are online right now because they don't have anything to do.
Sure.
So maybe I'd be a little more likely to get a few more clicks on it now if I put it out as opposed to when everything starts back up and people are going to be busy again. But I don't know. I guess it could go either way though. But in my circumstances though, I think I'd prefer to just put it out there. And lately I haven't really seen a lot of difference with CD release, like having a CD release or not.
Yeah,
I haven't really seen that really affect the way my music gets out there as much as it used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so much online based now, and people are finding out about records more through Facebook and Instagram, and obviously digital downloads are surpassed the mechanical sales of the CD.
Right.
And so I mean, why not put it out? And I think it's human nature. You're done. You've got it. You're anxious people hear it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I definitely think that the fact that people are stuck inside their house and they're on their phones so much that maybe it might get hurt a little more by more people.
I can't imagine when people get those screen time reports that pop up on your phone.
I know.
Everybody probably looks at them and go, "Oh my God,
yeah.
Was I really on there for 12 hours today?"
Yeah. I know. I hear you.
Have you watched any of the streams that from national acts? Like I know the local bands have all kind of keeping their eye on each other, but I mean, there was a television broadcast last Saturday, the One World at Home, which had major artists on there, McCartney and Stones.
Right.
But a lot of artists have just been doing them on Facebook too. Is there anybody that you've watched and you've enjoyed?
You know what? I caught a couple weeks ago the lead singer of Death Cab for Cutie.
Oh yeah.
He does one, I guess, like every Thursday night. Which I'm not like I'm not like a huge fan of the band. I like their stuff, but like I caught it the one day and it was like really good. So that was one that was like a pleasant surprise for me. But like obviously I'm a Springsteen fan, so I got the Jersey for Jersey.
Oh yeah.
The fundraiser they did.
Yeah, he did that with John Bon Jovi, and that was that was only about a week ago or so, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Springsteen, I know he's an influence of yours, and Woody Guthrie, Dylan, Petty.
Right.
We've talked about all these things, and you've been on the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
And if people tune in and they've heard your songs on our show on Sunday nights, they're familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Are those same elements creeping into the new record? Talk to us a little bit about Parallel Hearts, since you are going to be releasing it soon.
Yeah, definitely those influences are still there. I would say the sound of it maybe it leans a little more towards like an alternative rock sound, I guess. But I would say mixed with those type of like the singer-songwriter influences in it, though.
So would you say it's more a rock record than a roots rock record?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know what to compare it to. Maybe like a 90s pop rock type feel, I guess.
I look forward to hearing that. I mean, that sounds exciting. I really look forward to hearing that, Patrick. You know, I'm a big fan of your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send you a copy once I get it done.
I appreciate that. We'll look forward to getting. Hopefully, we'll get back on the radio soon. We've been off. Oh man, I guess a month now or so. You know, the casino closed. Whenever the casino closed, I did one show after the casino closed. I was able to do it from our other studio, but then that kind of shut down too. So hey, when you're locked out, you're locked out. You know?
Yeah.
And well, so I thought,
maybe if the mayor of Las Vegas gets what she wants, she'll be back in business.
Oh God, I saw that interview. That was a little bit scary. All she really said was what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then when he would ask, when it was Anderson Cooper would ask her questions, she didn't really have any answers to any of his questions.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
Funny.
You could tell where she was coming from.
Yeah.
This is certainly peeling the layers off of a lot of things. This whole experience. You know, as a young man with a family, you know, like you mentioned, you have young children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think you'll take out of this? What do you think you'll remember when this is all said and done, and hopefully we're back to, you know, no one knows. You know, I've talked about it with every single person I've interviewed so far, and you know, I'm almost reluctant to ask the question anymore because no one knows. When do you think you'll be able to get back out there? And you know, look, we don't know. You know, the bars are going to be the last thing to open. And Luzerne County, Lackawanna County is going to be at the end of this whole thing based on the numbers of cases we have. So, but when we do get back to normal, whatever the new normal may be, what are you going to remember for this time? What are you going to take out of it?
I guess, I kind of thought about that. Like, you know, it is like a bad situation. It's kind of cool that you get to like bond, especially with kids, you know what I mean? You get this time to bond with them in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that's kind of like a good result of this whole thing. Like, we'll probably look back on this and, like, you know, laugh about, even if we were going crazy during some parts of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely when else would you have that situation be like locked in with people? You know
absolutely. I mean, I didn't think of it till you just said that, but my kids are a little bit older. They're 11 and 13, and we watched all three of the Back to the Future movies. I'm looking for movies that are kind of classic, but that they might have seen that are good for their age.
Yeah.
We watched the National Treasure movies with Nicolas Cage, and they really enjoyed these movies. And, you know, we probably wouldn't have done that if we weren't cooped up for, you know, the last month and a half. So,
exactly,
yeah. I mean, little things like that are something that we could take out of it with, you know, some, and we got a new Rolling Stone song out of it too. I don't think.
Exactly.
Last question for you, Patrick. Thanks for your time again this afternoon. Do you think it'll affect your writing? Do you think that there might be I know the new record's pretty much done and mixed, but moving ahead, you think you might get a song out of this somehow? Maybe not right now, maybe someday.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah. Right now I've been so focused on like finishing the album. I've been in that like recording mode rather than the writing mode. But yeah, I definitely think it'll somehow creep in to something that I do in the next batch of songs.
Where did you do the album?
Where did I do it?
Yeah, where'd you record it?
SI Studios Cool.
I thought that's where you had done your last few records. Well, Wiggy's coming on to do the podcast tomorrow, so
Oh, nice, nice.
we'll get some thoughts on how things are working down there for
Awesome, awesome.
for Tom Borthwick and Joe Gillespie through all of this.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to hearing the new record. I'm glad that you're going to stay the course and put it out. You know, if you send us some stuff, we'll post up it on the Music on the Menu page on our Facebook page, and we'll be happy to share it for you. And you know, do what we can to help get your music out there. And then, of course, once we get back on the radio, I would love to have you come down and join us on the air and play a couple tracks.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, Patrick. You take care.
All right. You too, Alan. Thanks.
All right.